Welcome to PLM and Vinyl, the webcast for everyone interested in SAP PLM and surrounding topics. In our show, you will see and hear the latest updates from SAP, cenit and our partner products, along with some customer interviews. And now meet your hosts, Paul Cassidy and Sascha Schwenker.
Welcome to today's PLM and Vinyl. Today's topic is the integration of Onshape cloud-based CAD system to SAP. And Sascha, you have some vinyl you brought with us today?
I have some vinyl, and I would like to follow up the discussion we had in the last section where I showed my PLM system or my vinyl lifecycle management system.
Yeah.
And what I did is I was in Europe again on a flea market, and I saw this record here. And I looked in my PLM system and saw, oh, I have from Madonna only this record. Yeah. The problem was really that they're exactly identical. They have the same songs. I just looked at the
Covers.
The covers here and thought, okay, I don't have this one, so I'll just buy it. It didn't even have the right title. So the American version is called Madonna, and in the European, the German is the first album. So how could I know? Yeah.
Issues with versions, releases, single source of truth.
Yeah. This was the single source of truth, but it's still, yeah.
Very good. So Madonna.
Yeah.
I had a Madonna phase actually, Sascha.
You did?
Yeah.
Actually, do you know that one of our guys in the office is a very big Madonna fan?
Not bigger than me.
Okay, good.
Not back in the day.
All right.
Yeah, where did I run into Madonna, you might say? So this is a 1983 album. So where was I in 1983, you ask?
I know where you've been. So in a pub, obviously.
Not this time. I was in America. It was my first trip to America. I was a student. I was working in an ice cream parlor for the summer. 57 different varieties of ice cream, which I thought was decadent. I came from a country with 3 flavors of ice cream.
Yeah, vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry.
See?
Yep.
And it was Madonna, and in the movies was Rocky, Eye of the Tiger, and it was Madonna and Bruce Springsteen for me. And America did not disappoint. It was wonderful. It was summer. Sprinklers on the lawns. We didn't have that where I came from.
Okay.
Sun all the time. Fast cars. Wonderful. So
Great.
That was my introduction. That was my summer of
That's
Madonna.
your Madonna. All right, good. So let's look at the vinyl part now. No, the PLM part now. Onshape. So we did a single release to this, so a kind of a quick introduction to this in the last video. And we basically start over here where the quick introduction stopped here. So what you see here is our integration into Onshape. Yeah, and I will emphasize a little bit more Onshape later on, but just see that we have a version, the version 4 actually inside SAP with all documents. It's all checked in, all buttoned up, all inside SAP. So if I go back to Onshape right now, this is my Onshape assembly here right now. It has 2 options, it has 2 items. If you know or don't know about Onshape is very, very heavy on versions. So you basically create always a new version with every single design change. So I'm on the 4th version, and this is the version I synchronized over to SAP. Yeah. So what I will do here right now is I will do a small modification to it. I will introduce a brand new part never seen inside SAP, and then we see how the integration picks it up. We create a new version and basically show the integration functionality. Yeah. So you see here and maybe some introduction to Onshape. This is like Paul said, it's a cloud-based CAD system. So you see this lives in this case, Chrome or any kind of Internet Explorer, or any kind of web browser. Yeah. So you see I can spin this around, so it works pretty well. So performance is pretty good actually. And I have here all the functionalities to made these 2 items together. So I'm in what we would call the assembly workbench. Yeah. And so what I do here is I will insert a new part. I can get this from my other documents, Onshape, and I have my so beloved Lego digger So I imported this here into Onshape, and there's a new item. This is the rim. So you see the rim has the newest version, version 3 here. And these versions, they don't really have a lot to do with the SAP version. So this is really to be seen how they match up to versions later on inside SAP. So now, where's my rim? Okay, my rim is somewhere in space here. So I just positioned this, or I just imported this rim into my assembly. And there are a couple of options how to do it. I like to work with the option to import icons. Gives me some more freedom on the version and revision management here. But now I can basically place it, move this around, and position this into the right place inside my assembly. So I'm stopping this here, so I'm not showing that I'm the best Onshape designer here. So what we take out of this one is the rim is inside the assembly. Yeah. Actually, I'm waiting that you start singing here, somehow.
I hadn't really prepared anything.
Okay, all right. So I just somehow occurs to me. Good. So with this change, with the import of the new rim, and normally I would import the 4 rims, etc. But what I would do in Onshape is I would create a new version. So this version is basically a design milestone in my assembly. Yeah. So I say this is my version 5. Added new component. This is correct. And I create now this version inside Onshape. And that's it. You see there's no save because we are right away in the cloud. I don't need to save any files, no nothing. This is saved the second I perform this action. So now let's come back to the integration aspect of it. So what we are doing here is we are scanning the Onshape database, and the system sees right away, there's something new, and I can now pick my version 5 of this rim. Yeah. So you see I have all the other versions as well to my disposal, but in this case I say I would like to have version 5, and I say let's load this version. And with this load version, what we are doing now is we are scanning the information. Basically we dig into the database Onshape, scan all the items, scan all the new parts, and now reconciliate which is in SAP to what we have in Onshape. And this is exactly what we see here is we have something already in Onshape, and we have something which is brand new. And the system is already giving us suggestions what we should do. So it tells us here, create a new version. It recognized that we didn't do any changes to the tail section and the mid section. It also recognized that the rim is not checked in, and it tells us right away, you probably should create this. So what I do here is I now synchronize the information. And synchronize here means that we create new objects, create new versions, and you see here in the background, you see this slightly here, we created already a new version for the assembly. We will create now a new document info record for the rim, and then we check everything back into SAP. So what happens in the background as well is we create the document structure, the document bomb. We create neutral formats for these items. So we are creating parasolids. And inside SAP with the status change, we could now generate from the parasolids right hemisphere or visual enterprise models so that we visualize this one inside SAP. And that's something we will show in a future edition of this Onshape integration, and this is really the integration from now on. What happens now that we have this inside SAP? So what can we do with this inside, for example, Engineering Control Center or other applications inside SAP?
Very good.
Good?
Excellent. And you keep on pushing my love over the borderline.
I know that this will come. I was waiting for it the whole time.
You pushed me to it.
Yeah.
And my tenuous introduction to that is this is really about removing borders, extending the capability, cloud-based, extremely powerful.
The great thing of this one is we always discuss with every customer how do they do collaboration with outside suppliers, for example.
Sure.
So we will do it in addition also for Onshape, how this makes life very easy for outside supplier integration with inside design departments, because there's nothing anymore, there's no server anymore to be placed. So this whole thing will I think this will definitely change somehow how engineering department will think to collaborate with internal or also external people, maybe far in other countries, other parts of the world, because they're all sitting in the same cloud now.
Yeah, see, it was relevant.
Yep.
It's going to be very interesting to see how this develops over the next few years.
And we will stay on the pulse here.
Yeah.
So we will issue a couple of editions on this one. This was really after the very, very single release. This is the
album.
The album release, but there will be more albums too.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.